Hello, it's Saturday the 30th of July and you're most welcome to the Big Magazine from Big News. You've probably guessed by now that it's time for our regular, relaxed, regional weekend look around. Yes, welcome to Saturday's edition of the Big Magazine. Now coming up, we're going to take our regular look at what's been pinned up on this week's community notice board. Des and Gary will tell us what's on for Saturday. Johnny Doon will give us his pick of the gigs. Thomas Russell will gaze longingly upon his bookshelf. We'll look at some of the other interesting things going on in our area. And after all that, I'll have a look to see how you've been connecting with Big Centre this week as we get your say and see what's in the postbag too. So that's all coming up within the pages of Saturday's Big Magazine.
So then, let's have a look what is happening in our area as we turn our attention to the community notice board.
Yeah, remember, if you have some news you'd like us to mention, then get in touch, but please give us plenty of notice.
And if you do want to get in touch, then as always, we'll tell you how you can in a few minutes' time.
Your hair's growing.
Thanks.
It hasn't been very long since you had the all cut.
No.
Yes, you have to notice these things. Anyway, first up, we've been asked to let you know about a charity event coming up in August. It's an evening with Phil Tufnell. It's in aid of Edwards Trust, which is a local Birmingham charity, and they're holding an evening with former England and Middlesex cricketer Phil Tufnell on Wednesday, the 3rd of August at the Belfry Hotel and Resort.
Edwards Trust was founded in 1989 by Peter and Hilary Dent, who sadly lost their son Edward through illness when he was 7 years old. The Trust offers support to children and families who are facing loss and surviving bereavement. The Trust relies solely on donations and the generosity of others and would be keen to hear from local businesses who might be interested in sponsoring the evening.
Now, as well as Phil Tufnell, the evening will also include a reception drink, a 3-course meal, charity auction and entertainment. So for more information on that, you can contact Stephanie Bradbury on 0121 456 4838 or you can email stephanie.bradbury@edwardstrust.org.uk.
Town Hall and Symphony Hall's Project Sound Loud team are hosting a free one-day music and arts festival at Birmingham Town Hall on Saturday the 6th of August. The festival has been curated by a team of determined and talented 16 to 25-year-olds who all share a passion for the arts and aims to celebrate Birmingham's diverse and under-the-radar talent.
This year is the 4th time the festival has been held, and the lineup will present a variety of artists from the local underground scene, providing a platform for young musicians and artists.
There's an afternoon full of the refreshment. I had wine in my head. There is an afternoon full of the freshest female talent and probably wine too.
Who we got there?
We have Affy Jam with guitar-led, mellow and soulful tones.
Barbella. But I think it's Barbella. I was going to say Barbarella. It's a film. Barbella, which is and her neo-soul, progressive R&B with electro muses.
Tremendous, featuring a storytelling and poetry-infused rap.
Marie with her brand of electronic R&B and soul fusion.
And Kemi Sulola, a singer-songwriter mixing fresh British soul and R&B.
Now, as the night progresses, they'll tell us that the volume will increase with 3 genre-bending bands taken to the stage. There's Dorcha, which is
this isn't going so well.
Really. There's Dorcha, which is a 5-piece alternative electronic goth pop group. Butternut, a neo-soul band with electro and hip-hop. And then finally, Carl Munro, a 4-piece indie psychedelic band. It sounds great, doesn't it, actually?
Yeah, sounds very good if we could only get it right. Yes. Tickets are free and you can book yourself one at www.thsh.co.uk or by phoning the THSH box office, which is 0121 780 3333.
Oh, yes. Next, there is a charity football match and Family Fun Day coming up on Sunday, the 2nd of August. It's been organised by, I put my teeth in today, it's been organised by Plex councillor Nahid Gultasib to raise money for the As Suffer Homeless Outreach, which is the organisation who work with homeless people in Walsall, offering them food and support regardless of religion, background and culture.
So a proper Sunday Fun Day
there.
Yeah. Right, now, Walsall FC legends will face AXA United FC on the day, and the accompanying family fun day will have a barbecue, game, rides, food, entertainment, and there'll be a charity raffle and auction for prizes such as signed Walsall FC merchandise, restaurant vouchers and football match tickets.
So the event will be held on Sunday the 7th of August between 1:30 and 6 p.m, and the football match will kick off at 2.
A couple of phone numbers for you for football inquiries. You can call 078 77 74 9421, and if you're interested in running a stall, you can call 07932 925597.
Now, Sandwell's highly successful Big Spring Clean campaign is celebrating its 10th year with spectacular style, with more than 1,500 local volunteers coming forward to help out. More than 100 places in Sandwell have already benefited from volunteers giving up their time to help with litter picking, painting, planting and graffiti removal.
So far this year, volunteer teams have already collected more than 1,300 bags of litter and 2 tonnes of fly tipping. The campaign is supported by many organisations, including Sandwell Council, Serco and Tipton Litter Watch. They have worked closely together over the years to make the campaign a big success. Sounds like it, they've collected 1,300 bags of rubbish. The campaign continues to sweep its way, get it?
That's my
Sweep its way across the borough, and with 2 months still left, it's not too late to get involved.
Now, the Big Spring Clean also has a school competition where pupils and students are encouraged to take a photo.
We don't put them in cages.
No, we don't. I can be deep into that. They're encouraged to take a photo of eco-friendly activities going on in their school. Winners will be announced in September. The prize is an eco hamper. So for more information about any of that, you can call 0121 544 3916 or email bigspringclean, or one word, .sandwell@serco.com.
I wonder what goes into an eco hamper.
That will be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Things which don't harm the environment,
I guess
or
so.
are offset in some way.
They said upset then. Anyway, Sandwell residents can sign up for free text alerts about recycling, another eco, there we go, garden waste and household bin collections provided by Sandwell Council. The text alerts inform residents of any major disruptions to the service due to poor weather conditions, bank holiday collections, plus other useful information.
Councillor David Hosell, the Cabinet Member for Highways and Environment, tells us that over 10,000 people already have subscribed, and the texts are completely free. So for more information about the service, you can take a look at their website, which is www.sandwell.gov.uk/bintext.
The pastor of an Albury church has thanked local house builder and refurbishment specialist Lavelle for transforming the church's kitchen with a complete refit. The work was done for free at Hope Church through Sandwell Council's Hands on Help scheme, which sees the council's housing improvement contractors offering their service for free to good causes in the communities they work in.
The kitchen transformation includes new cupboards, worktops, tiles, electrical wiring, switches and plugs, sinks, taps and plumbing, flooring and paint. The church in St James's Road provides a venue for a wide range of community events and a base for numerous community groups, including a dance group, over 50s Keep Fit, a sports club for 11 to 25s, indoor bowls, a parents and toddlers group and the ladies circle.
Lavelle provided all the materials and labour for the project, and they are one of 4 contractors alongside Keep Moat, Vinci and Waits Living Space, who are all working for Sandwell Council refurbishing thousands of its council homes. And all have signed up to the Hands on Help scheme, which sees community projects around the borough benefit from free labour and materials to transform their buildings or surroundings. They can come to my house.
Really?
Yes, because my dogs keep chewing the door.
Chewing the door?
Yes, let's not go there.
Oh, I want to hear more about this. Oh dear. Now, young and old people in Sandwell can register for free swimming this summer at any of Sandwell's leisure centres across the borough. I haven't been swimming for ages. I really need to get back into it.
People aged 16 and under, sorry Lee, this doesn't apply to you. People aged 16 and under in Sandwell can swim for free at any public swimming session at Sandwell leisure centres. Older people living in Sandwell.
Hang on, read the next line.
Older people living in Sandwell, aged 60 plus, can also swim for free up to 1 p.m. daily.
going home.
Well, I'm not eligible for it either, so
That's true, yeah.
we're in the same boat.
Yeah, I'm not above the oldest age bracket though. It's available to all residents who meet the criteria, unless you want to pay, and you need to register and provide proof of address at the facility if you haven't previously. Now, the free swimming programme is an initiative that Sandwell Council have signed up for many years, and they're going to continue to support.
So to register for free swimming at Sandwell Leisure Trust Centres, go to www.slt-leisure.co.uk/free-swimming-in-Sandwell. Sandwell like their hyphens.
They do a bit, don't they? And if you want to register for free swimming at West Bromwich Leisure Centre, go to www.placesforpeopleleisure, or one word, .org/centres/west-bromwich-leisure-centre/free-swimming. And it's a good job I've got it on the screen because you would never remember that one.
Okay, next, coming soon to Eerie Ink in Walsall. It's going to be Fright Night on Tuesday the 2nd of August. Hosted by Le Griff, Richard Archer and friends, it's being billed as a night of poetry and music, as well as a fun night of mystery, dark humour, horror and the macabre.
You remember we mentioned this a few weeks ago?
Yes, I do.
Spooky. Admission is free. So if you fancy being scared witless by some local authors, then get yourself down to Eerie Ink in George Street, just the back of here actually, in Walsall, on Tuesday the 2nd of August for Fright Night.
So, that's what's coming up on this week's notice board. Are you sitting there thinking, you know what, our kid? Who wrote this?
Me.
You know what, our kid? I know of something.
You're from the Black Country.
I know of something they should have mentioned. By golly.
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, why did I put these teeth in this morning? Yes.
So they can get in touch. But do make sure to let us know in plenty of time if you do have something that, by golly, should have been on the community notice board.
So how do you get in touch with? You can shout, but it stands a chance that we might not hear you. So your best bet is to email us via the postbag. That is postbag@bigcentre.tv. Send a message on social media @BigCentreTV.
Or you can put a letter in the post too.
Go on, do it. Click, click, click.
The community notice board. Big Centre, 14A, Lower Hall Lane, Walsall, WS1 1RL.
We don't make it easy to edit, do we? Anyway, we'll have more for you at the same time next week. Now then, you might remember seeing owls popping up across the region last year as part of the Big Hoot. Well, follow on from that. This year, it's going to be a little different. The Big Read celebrates the region's creativity as well as the written word. And this time, yes, you guessed it, big books dotted across the region in the form of a bench. We started the trail in Walsall, as Darryl Gardner reports.
Children and young people from more than 140 schools, nurseries, colleges and community groups have decorated 175 book benches with designs inspired by their favourite novels, comics and poems. Their book benches can be seen inside cultural venues such as Walsall Central Library and Museum on a series of free indoor trails for everyone to enjoy over the summer.
Well, we're really lucky in Walsall Central Library to have the 3 book benches. It's a West Midlands project and it's called the Big Read, and we've got 3 book benches done by schools, and those schools are Allenwell, Blakenhall Heath and Mayfield, and the benches have already been created and then the children have actually put their various designs on it, and they're at the Central Library all the way through to mid-September, and one's in the Lending Library, one's in the Junior Library and one's in the Reference Library and Learning Centre.
It's so important to get children involved. I mean, we run activities all the time for children through school holidays. We've got the Summer Reading Challenge going on at the moment where children can read these 6 books over the summer holidays and get a medal and a certificate if they complete the challenge. But really, you know, reading is vital to any job, any future that children have. You need to read to do pretty much anything, so we want to keep them interested and not for it to feel like a chore, for them to come into the library and enjoy it and for it to be fun. So that's why we have things like the book benches for them to come in and look at, and it's something a bit different than they imagine a stuffy old library to be.
A lot of research has said that those children who read early on are better able when they actually go to school. So we really encourage reading and we really encourage the love of reading. I think that's where where public libraries really come. It's the love of reading. And of course, during the summer, we've got nearly 80 free events across our libraries. So we really encourage young people and children to use the public library.
The book benches will be here until September the 13th, and then the ones we've got will go back to the schools who designed them.
I'm Dale Gardner for Big News.
Now, still to come after the break, Des and Gary's What's On for Saturday, and then Johnny Doom will give us his pick of the gigs for the coming week. I'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back. It is Saturday's Big Magazine from Big News. Now, plenty still to come. Johnny Doom is waiting in the wings to talk gigs. Thomas Russon will talk books. The Postbag will talk to me, and then we'll say what you've been saying to us out and about. Anyway, that's all later on in the show. But first, here are Des and Gary with a look at what's on for Saturday.
Now, over at the Earlswood Garden and Landscape Centre, there's a free fun pack day in aid of Acorns Children's Hospice. Yep. There's loads of entertainments, food, drinks and more, including the Jungle Ranger. He sounds interesting. He's got like loads of little animals with him and all sorts of, yeah. It's right next door to Earlswood train station. Yep. So why not save the grief of driving and parking and take the train?
Yeah, it's on the Stratford line, isn't it? I think that from Snow Hill Station.
Yeah.
Or Moore Street Station and Snow Hill, Stratford
Yeah.
line. At Dunton Hall in Curdworth, the Big Family Festival is on over 2 days, with a main stage hosting live entertainment with Ibiza Ghetto Blaster, with DJs, a food court, beer festival and an open-air cinema, plus a farmer's market. And there's something for all the family.
Yeah, the Mac in Cannon Hill Park hosts the unstoppable comedy juggernaut that is The Noise Next Door, turning up the volume for their 3rd national tour. Get ready for a night of mind-blowing songs, jaw-dropping characters and side-splitting punchlines. Sounds a bit like you and me, that. From the undisputed masters of off-the-cuff comedy.
Very good.
Yeah.
And happening over 2 nights at the Crescent Theatre, Bollywood Dreams Dance Academy presents its 11th annual production, Shandar 2016, which translated means Magnificent 2016. There's a cast of 170 students who together put on a magnificent Bollywood production celebrating the very best Bollywood hits in recent years. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll be...
That'll be upbeat,
bouncing around.
Yeah, really good.
Gigs tonight. The Tower of Song over in Cotteridge are having a live TV webcast featuring Tom Martin and the Celtic Soul Band. Tom was a guest on What's On last year. Oh. Yeah. In Redditch at the White Hart, the Dead Shots and Denim are going to be tearing it up. The Big Wolf Band are at the Rubery British Legion. And recent guests on AMP with Johnny Doom, Stone Broken from Walsall, are at the O2 Academy 3. And here's their video, Let Me Go.
Brilliant.
I've tried to do it, but you just won't leave me alone. I'll think of something just to answer your call, 'cause you care, but you don't. You can leave, but you won't let me go. You think it's easy just to gain some kind of control. I'm running fast and making sense of it all, 'cause I would if I could, and I think that you should let me go. I've been wasting time with you by my side, 'cause nothing turns out right. I've been wasting time
And of course, Des and Gary will be back with Sunday's events and gigs on tomorrow's show. Then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, they'll be here to guide you through next week as well. OK, the music isn't ending now because it's time to head over to meet Johnny Doom from Amped as he gives us his pick of the upcoming gigs.
Right, it's me, Johnny Doom from Amped, your weekly rock show on Big Centre TV. Wednesdays at 10, Fridays 11:30, Saturdays at 10. Here's my pick of the gigs. You've got Bentley Rhythm Ace. Yes, Brummy friends of mine. 12th of August, Hare and Hounds. Sick of It All, if you want some raging hardcore, that's 14th of August at the Rainbow in Digbeth. And Pop Punk Legends, Good Charlotte, 27th of August. They're going to be playing the O2 Institute. You know it's going to be fun. And here they are. This is Life Can't Get Much Better from their new album, Youth Authority.
One promise, we made it. We said we'd never break it. Don't look down, be honest. Tell me, has it changed? One life that we're living, we're somewhere unforgiven. Don't look down, be real now. Tell me, has it changed? I just wanna see you laugh again. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay together. These scars are tokens of promises broken. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay forever. We've got to hold on. We waited so long. If I knew we'd end up this way, do you really think I wouldn't have tried? If I knew it would break us down, do you really think I would have lied? Now I try to forget the past, but it's all that's on my mind. I'd give it all if I could get you back. I'd give it all if you were mine. I just wanna see you here sometime. 'Cause life can't get much better. Let's just stay together. These scars are tokens of promises broken. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay forever. We've got to hold on. We waited so long. Don't give up on us, on us. Don't give up on us. Yeah. Tell me that you meant every word you said and the text you sent. I was going to bed. The girl with the blue eyes, It ain't right. It was fucking with me last night. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay together. These scars are tokens of promises broken. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay forever. We've got to hold on. We waited so long. Tell me that you meant every word you said and the text you sent. I was going to bed. The girl with the blue eyes, It ain't right. It was fucking with me last night. Life can't get much better. Let's just stay together. These scars are tokens of promises broken.
And thanks to Johnny Doom there. As he said, he'll be back with Amped on Wednesday nights at 10. Right, time for a break now. When we come back, Thomas Russon will have his nose deep in the book. He'll be sitting just there. And we'll be seeing how you've connected with us during this week as well. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Saturday's Big Magazine with me, Lee Bannister. Now, still to come, your chance to connect with us as we head out and talk to people all around our area. Plus, we'll dip into the postbag as well, and there are a few gems in there this week. Anyway, first, before any of that, can you see a bookshelf from where you are at the moment? Can you? If you can, what's on it? Something you haven't read for a while? Something you're meaning to get round to reading? Something you didn't realise you got? Do you want to share any of those with anyone else watching? Because we always like a good challenge, so why don't you tell us about it and we might even check it out. Because to do that right now, with Big Centre's bookshelf, here's Tom. Hello.
Back again.
Welcome back again.
Thank you, sir.
Right, so what have we been looking at this week?
Well, viewers last week will know that I read a book called A Short History of Western Thought.
Oh, yes, the big tome.
The hefty tome, yeah. But it was certainly abridged.
Yeah.
And this week, that book led me on to this week's book, which, if A History of Western Thought doesn't strike you as being particularly a big subject, how does the word, just the word as a subject of a book, sapiens?
Sapiens. Okay. Intriguing.
From the start to now.
Really?
Everything.
That sounds
200,000 years.
I thought you were going to say pages then.
It felt like it.
Really?
I fortunately had it on unabridged audiobook, and it took about, I think it's about 18 hours, which isn't bad for something of the subject matter covering what it does.
Yeah.
But it's by an Israeli academic called Yuval Noah Harari, and his writing is a pleasure to read. Absolutely engaging, start to finish.
Okay, so what actually is it about then?
It is literally the story of Homo sapiens, from when there were loads of human species and there were Neanderthals and all different sort of cousin branches of humanity, from when we were a few wandering, meandering African bands of people, not even tribes.
Oh, right, okay.
Sort of, it goes far back just to discuss the cognitive revolution. So when we sort of started picking tools up, and it sort of uses a lot of really academic, sensible, rational approaches to hypothesize our roots to becoming what we are.
Yeah.
Because there's a hypothesis that some people believe that we interbred, early Homo sapiens interbred with Neanderthals. Could have done. We don't know.
I was going to say, how far do they know what happened? I mean, obviously, sort of fossilised remains and so on can tell us a lot, but placing all the pieces together, a lot of it's guesswork.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There is evidence for developmentally, physically, very similar humans 200,000 years ago, but in an evolutionary sense, that's no time at all. No time at all.
We're the newcomers, really.
We really are. Oh yeah, absolutely. There is evidence of domesticated dogs nearly 30,000 years ago.
Really?
30,000.
That's a surprise.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And there've been found remains of a dog believed to have been a chieftain's favourite or similar, buried with sort of military honours, with gifts to take to the afterlife and things like that.
Oh, wow.
Which is incredible. And the common thing you often hear people say when discussing a very early man was, oh yeah, but they only lived to be 30 years old. No, that was the average lifespan. There have been fossilised remains found of 80 plus year old prehistoric people. So
again, one that you found riveting.
Absolutely, yeah. It's quite a tome again.
Yeah.
But this one, really, really great writing. Really, really impressive. Learned a lot and will still learn from it, I think.
So to give it a mark?
Big 5.
Big 5 out of 5.
Fantastic.
Oh, right.
Really, really impressed.
So what's it called again? Just Sapiens?
Sapiens. S-A-P-I-E-N-S.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you for that. And any more suggestions?
Well, I'm thinking my dear cousin, a cousin of mine, has actually recommended me a book, but it's a tome. It's 500 pages, and it's called A Discovery of Witches, which is by an American author. That's all the information I have on it.
Okay.
And apparently it's kind of like an adult Harry Potter. So I go from there.
500 pages?
Yeah, quite a tome.
You don't make things easy for yourself, do you?
No.
Okay, well, come back and tell us how you get on.
Yes, eventually I will when I get through it, absolutely.
And if people want to make another suggestion,
Yeah,
of course.
if anyone has any suggestions, preferably not something 500 pages, something, like pamphlet size would be really good. Just review done and get back to the big book. bookshelf@bigcentre.tv. And any recommendations, queries, arguments against, etc. More than welcome.
Right then, time to see how you've been connecting with us this week, and arguably the big news for many this week is that Wolves have confirmed that they've been bought by Shanghai-based investment company Fosun International. Now the deal is thought to be worth £45 million. The club was put up for sale by Steve Morgan, who owns Red Row Homes, a year ago. Chief Executive Jez Moxey is stepping down after 16 years at the club, but manager Kenny Jackett is sticking around. So we headed out to hear what you thought of it all.
I think it's good for the club.
I have to say I think it's a good thing because I don't think Steve Morgan had any interest left in the club.
I think it's great for the club, and it's just going to be a new breath of fresh air, and hopefully we'll get a great squad together within the next 12 months. I don't think we'll go up this year, but that will be great.
Yeah, well, brilliant. Get Tom Walker out of here, so yeah, can't be any worse.
I'm very impressed with the takeover. I think Wolves do need some investment, and I'm very pleased that it's finally been announced officially it's taken place.
And are you happy with the club having a foreign owner?
Yeah, I'm not really bothered about that as long as it's somebody with money.
It's not about where he's from, really, it's about what he does to us.
I would have preferred an English owner, but I think if the investment's there, you have to take it, just like they do in the Premier League.
I've got no problem with foreign owners. Teams like Manchester City have done really well with them, so I'm quite happy about that.
Yes, I will still keep our heritage as one of the historic English clubs within the division, and that will be never taken away from us. And new investment's good anywhere.
Now then, are you the sort of person who likes to just wander into your kitchen and cook up a storm? Well, if you do, then there's no better day to continue that passion because this week it was World Culinary Day. So we went out into Birmingham to ask some of you what your signature dish is. Now you might just recognise the first person we spoke to.
I love to cook, but I try and do healthy stuff. And one of my favourite dishes at the moment, and it sounds horrible, it's called Diet Cola Chicken, where it's like a chicken casserole with peppers and tomatoes and chicken breasts and everything, but you pour a can of Diet Cola in, and it sounds absolutely gross, I know it does, but actually when it all cooks down, it gives it a really sweet flavour, and everybody I've served it to loves it. I never tell my husband that he's getting diet food, because that's always about me trying to keep slim, but Diet Cola Chicken will be my tip for any of your viewers at the moment.
I like to cook spaghetti bolognese because I think it's the easiest dish to do. All you got to do is chuck everything in the pot and just stir it and cook it, and you can't go wrong. There's a bit of pasta there, but sometimes I burn the pasta, so I don't know. I wish I had the skill.
I like to experiment with different dishes actually, and if I find a new recipe, especially in magazines, I like to give them a go. If it's just a sort of slight tweak on making something like I've made before, so if it's a lasagna for instance, I like to do something different with that lasagna to give it some different flavours.
I don't have that much time, so I don't cook. And okay, you don't cook, but what's some of your favourite foods that you like to eat then?
Indian, definitely. Yeah, Indian. I love spicy food, and the naan bread is out of this world.
I like cook, and I cook pizza and pasta.
Did you recognise the first person there? One of Bob Hall's old colleagues, Joanne Malin. Now next, you might have ordered something online, or know someone who has. It's simple enough. Pick the item you want, wait a few days for it to arrive, open the door to the person who's come to bring it to you, and there you go. But what if it could be even easier? Now, the retail giant Amazon are currently holding talks with the government about the idea of having drones deliver small packages within a matter of hours of people ordering online. The problem facing them, however, concerns privacy and safety. So we've been out into Dudley to ask people what they think of technology's latest idea.
I don't believe in all this. There's nothing like actually going out, seeing the goods you're going to buy and then buying them, you know. But people don't know what they're buying. They see a picture on the television and they press a button and it's delivered to there's no fun in that. There's just no fun in it, is there?
I think it's amazing. Technology's really moved on and it's a very good thing to happen, yeah.
Would you like a drone to come and deliver your online goods to you?
I'm not really sure about that at the moment, but it might be a good idea.
I don't agree with it at all. I don't like the idea of drones at all. I think they're dangerous and I think it's only a matter of time before they cause a major accident. I think they invade privacy and shouldn't be used.
Well, my husband works for DPD in the delivery business as a loader, so if it's doing him out of any work, I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, it's quicker, eh? Well, it seems a good idea because, as you say, you'll get them in a matter of, say, half hour, don't you?
Now, have you played Pokemon Go recently? If you haven't, you probably know someone who has, or probably seen someone who's played it. The motto goes, you've got to catch them all, but at what risk? Well, Pokemon Go is the craze that's continuing to sweep the country, and there's no signs of anyone getting bored just yet. Now, there are concerns over safety, however, with Network Rail issuing a warning following cases of some users wandering too close to live rail tracks at Birmingham New Street Station. So, just how safe are gamers whilst playing Pokemon Go? We've been asking some of you.
Well, there must be safety concerns. As a parent myself of a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old who use computers, they use games, there's clearly a concern because there seems to be no age restriction upon the use of the games and where they are engaged. And they're often public places where there's no consideration of the environment, who is surrounding them. The whole point of the game is that it's going to be fully engaging, so it's going to result in complete distraction from the real environment.
Well, yeah, I do think it, really it is just a game, but safety concerns, people are being distracted by it.
Well, yeah, there is safety concerns. I mean, I don't play the game, so it's that bothers me. But people can walk onto a track, can even walk into a road, so and it is dangerous. But people are getting really hooked on it, so thousands a day playing it. Even the offices around Birmingham are playing it.
I think it's just a game, and I think the only dangerous thing to happen is like the people that are using it, like it's their stupidity. Like if there's a Pokemon on the tracks and there's a train coming, what are you going to do? You're going to jump on it or you're going to stay there. So I don't think it's the game's fault, it's the idiots that play it.
And so we've just got time now to see what we found in this week's Postbag. Now, Robert has been in touch. He likes a bit of keep fit in the morning, as do quite a few of you, it seems. Robert wrote in to say, hello. We love to get up and go with the Keep Fit guys and girls. When will this be returning? Me and my wife enjoy getting up with a nice workout, and Nigel was our favourite, as he was a bit different from the others with the kung fu moves. Love your other programmes, keep it up, and bring back Get Up and Go. Well, Get Up and Go has come to the end for the time being, but you might be interested to know that we're also running a personal fitness programme each morning at 9 o'clock. Tell you what, we've actually had quite a lot of lovely messages since Get Up and Go finished, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can put together another series. Yeah, watch this space. Next, from Alan Keeling. Alan says, it's a great idea screening vintage TV shows from midnight until 7 a.m. The only snag is, I'm too tired to watch them. I know what you mean. I guess you could set the record if you're able to, or maybe if there's enough interest, then some of the shows could get played during the day. But that's all up to you, the viewers. Tell us what you think. Next, David Green is a car fan, and he's made a very useful suggestion. He says, being a Land Rover owner, I enjoyed the Land Rover series when I remembered to watch it. I'm finding Autofiles and the Amazing World of Aviation very interesting. However, my EPGs do not give content for individual episodes, and they are shown at various times of the day and repeated, so I'm ending up recording many duplicates. It will be useful to include an episode number and or description within the programme guide, as with Walks Around Britain and other interesting series. Would you know what? David's thoughts actually came exactly at the right time. We've been looking for better ways to present details of the EPG, which is why the information that pops up on your screen when you press either the info, EPG or guide buttons. Now, when we're putting the schedules together month by month, we'll usually have an idea what the programmes are going to be about, but we might not always know what the individual episodes cover, and so initially we can only put in a general description about the series. Often that can be enough, but also often we've had to leave it to that because we have so many programmes to schedule. There's only a fairly small team doing it. Plus, of course, the way it's done is different depending on whether you're watching Big Centre on Freeview, Virgin Media or online. But as a test during this week, we've gone through programmes for which we now have more up-to-date information, and we've been able to update things quicker than before. Now, on Freeview, we found that they update instantly. On the website, it updates every morning at 5 a.m, and on Virgin Media, we know it can take up to 2 weeks. It's just down to the different way that they all work. But now you know we're doing as much as we're able to, so those good old electronic programme guides are going to be as up-to-date as we're physically able to make them. We're going to do our best to keep them all up-to-date. On to Twitter now. Steve Green is a mite disappointed, he says. He also says, made my Big Centre debut tonight on Carl Josie's movie show, but no autograph hunters turned up outside my home. It's a big problem, isn't it? Lucio Nichols said, watching the live arts panels on Big Centre with its cameraman Liam Dorthrow, friend to the stars, and agreed fiction, some excellent points, but very well put by Steve Ball. Really enjoyed the show, and I'll be watching more. Thank you. Now, next, you might have seen that Big Centre Television and Fishing Saskatchewan are giving you and a friend the chance of a lifetime to be flown to Tobin Lake, Saskatchewan in Canada in September 2016 for the Big Fishing Experience. So if you want to find out more about that competition, have a look at our Facebook page or go to www.bigcentre.tv/big-fish-competition. There you go. And finally, everyone at Big Centre would like to say a massive thank you to Tony Williams this week. We've never met, but you've been very kind and cheered everyone up no end. Cheers, mate. So, there you go. If you want to get in touch with us, then on social media, we are at Big Centre TV, and you can find us under that name on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Plus, of course, you can always email us, Postbag @Big Centre TV. Oh, and don't forget, we also have a couple of other Twitter feeds that you can keep in touch with as well. For sport, it's at Big Centre Sport. And for news, it's at Big Centre News. Or if you just want to write to us, then the address for anything at all is Big Centre, 14A, Lower Hall Lane, Walsall, WS1 1RL. And finally, you might have noticed it's summer. Maybe it's been time to top up a tan, fly abroad, spend as much time as possible in the outdoors. But what is unusual for this season is the birth of a new baby reindeer. Yeah, I said reindeer, because that's why zookeepers at Dudley Zoo were pleasantly surprised by a recent arrival. Now, we've been speaking to Adam Wrench.
Last Tuesday when we came in to find the little baby reindeer, it was surprising because of the time of year, really. Normally breeding season is late August, early September time, and after a gestation period of about 7.5 months, just under 7.5 months, they give birth. And obviously this is very, very late in the year because normally March, April time is when they give birth, but obviously July is just phenomenal. It's really late in the year. Our male ghost came to us late last year, in December last year, and he obviously got straight down to business and obviously fathered this lovely baby girl.
I mean, it wasn't just an ordinary July, it was the hottest day of the year.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's really strange that they'd give birth on such a warm day as well, in middle of summer, starting to get really, really warm. Luckily, Mum Lily, who's 7 years old, she's obviously done really well. She kept her inside for the first 24 hours and kept her away from the others, kept her nice and cool in the reindeer house, and then after 24 hours, when it started to cool down a little bit, that's when she started to bring her out.
I guess because it's so uncommon for new reindeer to be born around this time, is there any danger around them being brought up around this time of the year?
Not particularly. I mean, it can get a little bit too warm for them, but they have got 2 shelters in the paddock, which obviously allows them to go and get shelter whenever they can from the sun. Nice shady areas within the paddock itself as well, so that they can obviously go and hide away if it gets a bit too hot for them. So really, it should be absolutely fine as long as he's suckling from mum okay and everything. Then obviously we just monitor it and make sure she's a healthy girl.
And any news on the name yet?
We haven't got any names yet. We've got a list that's floating around the section at the minute that we're all probably going to take a vote on, and we'll see what comes up.
Can you let me know what some of them are?
I think so far we've got Jasmine, Sunny, Missy is another one, sort of mistletoe kind of thing. We've gone for sort of flowery names kind of thing. Amber is another one. So there's a few names on the list that people have thrown in there, and a few silly ones as well that might not get a few votes.
So there you go, time to close the pages of the Big Magazine for Saturday. But remember, you can catch the Big Magazine from Big News on Saturdays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. And then we're back with more tomorrow, Sunday, also at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. So I hope you can join us then. From the whole team here, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Try a bit.